Hey guys, so this is another bipolar deconstruction. I just finished repairing mom's tile. We had to replace it because it busted. But today, my brother wanted to join the little session that I am doing. Overall, I've been feeling a lot better today, primarily because I was at home. I feel like after talking to one of my friends, she saw my message on Facebook. The reason why I struggle so much when it comes to dealing with things, I just don't do well alone. However, a lot of this is my own choice due to my own, creative passions. They don't make a lot of money, so being able to support one just seems out of question. And not only that, I feel like overall I don't really desire that. However, because of that, I feel like my attachment to the dogs, the house, my dad, which I live with, has kind of, it maybe pressured me to get really close when I'm by myself, which is something I'm not used to. Maybe I have codependency, but I have a really hard time adjusting to my mom's house here. But I'm only doing it because she is my mom and she is paying me. So I'm open Saturday or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Or I have to watch a cat for 15 days. And I had my brother try to take a lot of that stress out of me.
They're going to be back someday.
Well, maybe the next 2 days. Well, maybe Saturday at least. Saturday, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on how it handles. Maybe it'll just do the situation since we did work out pretty late yesterday. And to be honest with you, mom really likes to have someone overnight, even though it's probably not necessary for a cat. I think that overall, maybe the biggest issue that I'm having right now is still trying to adjust to my mom's house. And I think a lot of it's because her house is full of windows and she doesn't have a lot of dark 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 shades, and I think that's a huge problem because the place that I sleep in at home has pretty dark shades. Not only that, it's a place I'm more comfortable in. But anyways, that's kind of what I'm talking about here. I feel that not only that, why this relates to fitness is the fact that since I'm not in a relationship, I find it a lot easier to maintain in shape due to the fact that I have no commitment and I feel I can focus on just the weights, getting in shape, maintaining the six pack, things like that. But anyways, I also think that because of the situation that I'm in, I feel like I may be pressured to get in a relationship, which I'm really not looking forward to. I mean, yesterday I was thinking, wow, maybe if I impulsively asked my ex as of now to pay for a ticket as I didn't back then for to come here, that maybe I'd be willing to sacrifice my life for my creative stuff, which don't make any money, to maybe support her in just a 9 to 5 or whatever. Though it was kind of just a one-time thing. But my brother's girlfriend asked if she's helped me in any way or shape or form. But I feel like just the companionship has kind of stabilized my mood a bit, and maybe the loneliness does kind of eat at me in terms of emotions. However, I feel like on an average day, I'm just fine and can deal with life. Oh, what are you doing? So Kyle's just cut my nails. I'm a little afraid. But anyway, I figured this is just it today. I don't know if Kyle has anything else to say about it, but
I mean, sometimes I get down even here, but it was all right. I slept fine.
But part of me feels since he has a relationship, that's actually part of the primary reason why he's maybe more emotionally stable. But at the same time,
I was stable even before.
I never had a relationship for over 3 months. So because he doesn't have bipolar disorder, I think that's actually a primary reason in how he manages life. And my bipolar, the emotions can get really intense, good, bad, and because of that, I feel like it's really hard to adjust to a lifestyle with a relationship. So I'm kind of hesitant. Not only that, I'm pretty picky. However,
I think you're picking.
However, it is really. I think it's really worth mentioning is the relationship that I had before is that I was actually trying to. I wouldn't say woo her, but I was trying to maybe have a life with her. So I was working a little bit harder on myself, like going to DBT for 6 months or working for 6 months and
Yeah, but you really
getting mentally stable for
it ain't
6
worth it
months.
unless you just do it for yourself.
And then I realized she wasn't interested in me that way, and I took it really, really hard. And so I think that's probably the reason why I stopped caring about having a relationship, is because I don't know, it kind of dropped me to the floor, and I realized maybe that's why I hesitated. And actually, that's probably the reason why
This is my opinion. You see on TikTok, a man will only love you when he changes his entire life. But that's a fucking lie. You have to want to change yourself, number one. And two, they'll just cause resentment. Three, it's great. Go for what you want in life. But again, if you have set the bar too high, you're probably going to be alone with cats. That's my opinion.
Well, I actually primarily think that
high expectations is just a fantasy.
So anyways, Kyle believes that
unless you actually want to be that high value person and do something. Basically, if you want to what you want, I sometimes feel like you gotta kill what you don't want. I don't think it's good. To me, I think it's maybe there's those type of people that believe in love and willing to change anything for love.
Yo, you pay the price if you work hard for work hard for someone, you pay the price in the end if they leave you. So
yeah, so then
I guess it's
so you're gonna be fucked.
I feel like you're back to square one.
So how's it beneficial? I mean, I guess you become a high value person, but that's for the other person, not for yourself.
So that's actually worth mentioning. The reason why, because I was doing it for this girl, just to change my life. And I was putting it on a pedestal, but the second one, I just had no expectations. Literally, it just kind of one pan thing. Well, maybe that's why with Joanne, I didn't have too much issues when she was here, because I had no expectation.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know if that was real too, because Sabrina had to pay rent, and Dad was on my ass about that. But he never was that like with you and Joanne, because I think he knew because she wasn't gonna stay.
Well, that's probably the reason.
She didn't force her to pay rent.
I think Dad primarily knew she could only stay 3 months, but I cut it in 2 months, so she wasn't here that. I could have sworn Sabrina was here at least a year.
Yeah.
So she's been here longer.
And I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
But actually, the primary reason is that you can't also be in a relationship when you don't like them back or you have an attraction back, and that's kind of what happened with the one before is that he only withstood it for a while because he felt guilty because she had a thing for him for a very, very long time.
Looks matter to an extent, but it's not everything. You want to have compatibility, otherwise it ain't gonna last. It's gonna balance compassion and compatibility.
All right, so guys, I'm just gonna end it this quick.
Last advice: never change anything for anyone except for yourself, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's my opinion. You see all that TikTok shit where they brainwash people saying the man's not good enough, the woman ain't good enough, like all that Instagram shit, but in the end, who gives a shit? Like my ex, or my Nancy thought that when I told her that if Travis called her a fat whale, she said she would accept it because that's the truth, but I said, I don't know if that's the truth, because in the end it's about perspective, and in the end it doesn't matter what other people say about you, it's how you feel about yourself. Well, you don't like how you feel about yourself, then that becomes a problem.
But I also feel that putting that is kind of just as abuse as saying that someone's a fat whale or something like that. I mean, at least for a man's standpoint, I feel like it's abuse.
Sometimes you just gotta love someone with who they are, and if they can't, I guess you just can't be in a relationship.
I feel like it's abuse if a female tells you she wants to divorce you constantly, and just for a little
perspective that a man will do anything, but then they call them a cock. Anything for a woman. But I don't know. I probably have a different viewpoint of how relationships go. I have a more selfish view, and that's probably why I'm single. Well, I was single, but I mean, I could balance it. I mean, yeah, take heed to what other people say about you, but take it with a grain of salt, because in the end, you're the one who's living your life, not anyone else. Make sure, like I advise Nancy's brother, do the fuck that you want. Don't do anything that you don't want, even if it's for love. But he did say he wants to make money, so if money is more important to him, go for it, even if it means doing a job that he's really not as skilled in. But anyway, maybe we said way too much, but that's fine.
All right, so this first was going to be a deconstruction on my bipolar and my fitness journey, but I guess this may end up as a mental health awareness video, so that's what I'm going to save it as. Bye. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button if you're interested in future videos. Thanks. Bye.
I honestly think you should just make it a